91X.
All right, it is 91X. Muse have joined me at the Flophouse. Gentlemen, what can we expect this weekend? You graced us with the pre-show thing. You rehearsed in San Diego. Where have you been rehearsing this time?
Since then we've just been on the road, but we had a little rehearsal out here on Wednesday to kind of get back into the groove of things. We haven't done a show for a while. We played in Brazil last week, and we hadn't done a show since December last year. So
a little bit of time off then.
A little bit of time off. Yeah, we're right at the end of the kind of the second law tour, I suppose. So these are the last two shows here this weekend, but it's going to be, we're excited to be at Coachella again. We've got a few nice surprises.
Okay, so
during the show, a couple of kind of funny moments that are going to happen during the gig. So
funny moments?
Well, not comedy.
Because the rumor has it the Prince is showing up today someplace to play. That's the rumor. I'm just saying it's a rumor because it's a rumor, but he's not going to do a duet with you guys?
I think
not that I'm aware of.
Prince, he's always on the rumor list, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's like,
but anything can happen between today and tomorrow. So,
right. Do you think he could learn one of your songs that fast?
I'm sure he could.
He can definitely play that guitar too.
Yeah, totally.
He could just
Matt could have some. Matt could have some serious issues if he showed up. Suddenly, there's another shredder on stage. It could be interesting.
If we see him, we'll ask him.
Yeah. So
please do if you do as well.
Yeah, I saw him I saw you at the Nine Inch Nails show.
Yes.
You've been going to see a bunch of bands while you're taking some time off.
Not too many. What have I seen? Just that.
just Nine Inch Nails. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anybody?
I saw there's a new band in the UK called Royal Blood.
Royal
Blood, two-piece that I saw a couple of days before we came out. Really
based
good.
In your area? Are you still living out in the West Country?
No, I'm in London.
You're in London now.
Yeah, I'm in London now.
You giving up on the
giving up on the farming life, yeah.
So Royal Blood.
Royal Blood, yeah.
Two-piece?
You'll like him.
He's kind of a bass player, but he makes his guitar sound like a bass and a guitter. So it's kind of like a load of dirty riffs.
Right.
Sounds like a three-piece, but it's a two-piece.
So what happens when you walk into a club nowadays to go see a band?
It was Brixton Academy. So
that's big.
Could walk in fairly anonymously. And I felt weirdly old, actually, when I went in there.
Did you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. It's the first, I don't go to that many shows. It was the first one in a while where I actually walked in and went, damn.
Full of kids.
Full of kids, and I felt 35.
Means rock and roll's alive.
Does it seem weird because you've been doing it for quite a while now? This is like you're not the young band anymore. There's many albums. There's many hits.
Young at heart, mate. Young at heart.
Yeah.
Well, I think because we were incredibly young when we started. So we're probably younger than people think we are. But
I'm guessing we 23 right now.
Yeah, close.
Yeah.
But we were like 15 when we started, and first album we were 20 when that came out. So
right.
Back then that was fairly young.
Right, Muse is here. I'm going to take a quick break. It is 91X. Don't go anywhere. Speaking of being young, how weird is it now when all these weird videotapes show up of auditions you did at weird clubs back in the day, and you're thinking, who had the camera? Because obviously you probably had no concept at that point how massive the band was going to become.
It's pretty horrendous. I mean, there was I think one surfaced from some Battle of the Bands thing that we did in Torquay.
I think I've seen it
in like 1994 or 95, and
that's just one of our mates in the audience just moshing on his own. Like,
do you still
just swinging his hair around just one person, and we're like, yes.
Do you still talk to him?
One fan.
Do you still talk to him?
Possibly, it might have been.
Yeah, he was at Tom Stagdo, wasn't he?
Who was it, Marcus or Cox?
It was Cox.
Oh right, yeah. so yes, we
you could tell from his hair.
He's still there.
That he was one of your mates, but he wasn't sure which one it was. But it's got to be trippy because, like, in the early days, the Beatles, they never had people showing up with video cameras or film cameras, so it was really rare to see that kind of stuff.
It's not as bad as it would be now because obviously you got iPhones and all that, so everybody just films everything. So back then it was still fairly rare, but there is footage if you look hard enough.
But it still looked very punk rock at the time. I mean, there was
just without an audience.
Yeah, but
was.
No, did you think you were going to start and have like 150 people there at the first gig, especially at a Battle of the Bands?
Well, it was weird actually when we started because we started at school and then kind of went to college and we'd do shows and we'd just invite all of our friends and like just hand out free tickets. So some of those early gigs we did actually have like 100 people or so. And then got a bit older and everyone went to university. then we realised we had 0 fans. So that's when we started doing gigs to literally one man and his dog, which we actually did in London once, I think, or Cornwall or somewhere.
Well, at least you didn't do it Rocket from the Crypt did. They said anybody who gets a tat in free for the rest of their lives, and then they kept breaking up and getting back together, and people were still showing up, showing their tats, thinking they can get in free. Yeah. Because handing out free tickets to your mates back in those days, you know, was for that one gig. But can you imagine? You said, just get a Muse tat. You're in free for the rest of your life. They'd be here this weekend.
Much more commitment. Yeah.
Yeah. Much more commitment. So tell me about new songwriting. What's going on there? Is it everything's going to wait for a little bit?
Yeah. Well, we're going to start doing some stuff this year. We're gonna like I said, these are our last 2 gigs this weekend and next weekend. And then we're going to, head back to Europe, I think, in May and kind of like crack on, really. I think we're quite excited to start working on some new stuff and record it this year.
Do you pick a place to get a vibe from, or do you just go, we're just going to go hide someplace? Is there like a...
I think it's more about somewhere new, you know. I don't think there's not many studios we've been to twice, is there?
Exactly. Yeah, we always change.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to... I think when you make an album, particularly the last album, we did it pretty much in one studio, and after 9 months of that, you don't really want to go back. So
right.
I think it's always quite important to find a new studio, new surroundings, possibly a new country.
Right. It was someplace bizarre last time.
It was actually in London last time.
Oh, it was London.
Yeah, we did it mainly in London, and then we did a bit of a chunk in LA as well, but mainly London.
Was it once you traveled like Croatia or something and did like sessions there? What am I thinking there? There was or maybe it was just clips that I saw of you hunkered down in a studio.
We've played there, but in the past we recorded in like south of France, in Italy. You're thinking of Italy.
I'm thinking of Italy
by a lake in Como.
Yeah.
I mean that's a pretty nice place, but we do actually have a studio there, like a band studio.
Right.
We just didn't use it last time because we did
rent it out to somebody else.
We did the whole of the Resistance there, but that was great. That's very kind of like James Bond kind of baddie's lair, because it's like underneath some gardens, kind of in a bunker, really.
Right.
So you have to get in a lift, go down underneath the ground, and then we built a studio in there. That's a pretty cool spot. Be good to go back there because we didn't use it last time, but we'll see. Yeah, maybe Paris would be nice, or we like recording out here
or
as well.
San Diego.
We'll see. San Diego. There you go.
We can hook you up.
Yes.
We know everybody in town. We do. And who are you looking forward to seeing at Coachella? Anybody on the list that I got to go see them? Everybody's saying Outkast, so you can just say them to start it off if you want to see them, of course.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Pixies. I think they played. I think they were headlining the first time we played here. I think in 2006 or 7 or
almost
something.
10 years ago.
I think it was when they reformed.
Right.
The
first Reformation with Kim.
Yeah, and that was the one and only time I ever saw them. So I wouldn't mind checking that out.
Pixies.
Great.
Anybody else?
I'm going to go down today and I'm going to go and see Haim.
Right.
I like those sisters from LA. What else is on today? Probably a bit of Outkast over the weekend. I'd love to see a bit of Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
The Knife, I think, are playing later on today.
Right.
Roddy Wolston and the Business. Do you know them?
Yeah, Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, they're brilliant. I don't know whether I think they're on like
band.
early tomorrow or something, but they're...
You'll be up early. Not out late tonight.
That's an early start, isn't it? But they're wicked. I've heard a few of their tracks and love them.
Nice lads, too.
Really?
Really nice lads. You'd enjoy hanging out with them, too.
Yeah, cool.
Scare the hell out of them. So beautiful. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Once again,
yes,
Muse
cool.
is here.
Thank you.
It is
Thanks for having us.
91X. They're playing Coachella.